The unexpected rescue captain Liam Reed sat quietly in his spaceship's cockpit, staring at the endless stars outside. It was supposed to be a routine mission. Explore the nearby planet Vortis 9, scan for signs of life, and then return home. Nothing dangerous, or so he thought. The planet was known for its strange landscapes, sharp rocks, thick fog, and a cold wind that never stopped blowing. Most explorers avoided it, but Liam's orders were clear. The space agency needed answers, and he was the man to find them. As his ship landed with a soft thud, Liam pulled on his spacesuit and grabbed his exploration pack. The air was thin but breathable, with a strange smell, like wet earth mixed with metal. He stepped out into the unknown. His boots made quiet prints in the soft dirt as he walked deeper into the alien wilderness. The sky was a dull purple, and the sun was hidden behind thick clouds. Every sound echoed strangely, like the planet was listening. Suddenly, a low growl broke the silence. Liam froze, eyes scanning the shadows. From behind a large rock, a creature appeared. A strange beast with glowing green eyes and fur that shimmered like silver under the dim light. But it wasn't just any creature. Liam could see it was hurt. Its leg was twisted awkwardly and it limped painfully. The beast looked at him with wide eyes full of fear. It was clear it wanted to run but couldn't. Liam's heart raced. He had trained for dangerous encounters. But this was different. This was no enemy. It was suffering. Slowly, he took a few steps forward and spoke in a calm voice. "Hey there, I'm not here to hurt you. Let me help." The Beastwoman, as Liam would later call her, hesitated. She looked torn between fear and pain. Her breathing was shallow, and she kept glancing at the horizon, like expecting something terrible to come. Liam reached into his pack and pulled out a medical kit. His hands shook a little, but he focused on the task. He examined her leg carefully, cleaning the wound and wrapping it with bandages. The creature stayed still, watching him closely. She was beautiful in a wild way, tall, strong, with sharp features and fur that covered her body like a coat. Her eyes held stories Liam could not understand. After a few minutes, Liam sat back, feeling a strange mix of relief and confusion. "There. That should help you heal." Suddenly, the Beastwoman moved closer. She touched Liam's hand with surprising gentleness. Then, in a voice that was deep yet soft, she said words Liam did not expect. "You saved me. I claim you as my mate." Liam blinked, unable to believe what he heard. "Mate? What do you mean?" She looked at him with an intensity that made his breath catch. "In my tribe, saving a wounded one is the sign. The one who saves becomes bonded forever. You are my mate now." Liam's mind raced. Was this some kind of alien tradition? Was he in danger? Or was this a chance for something new? The Beastwoman's eyes searched his, waiting for an answer. Liam felt the weight of the moment. He wanted to say no, to back away, but something inside told him this was important. "Why me?" he asked quietly. "Because you chose to help, not hurt. Because you showed kindness when others would have turned away." Liam swallowed hard. He had spent years following orders, doing what was right. Now, here on this strange planet, fate was asking him to make a choice. Suddenly, a loud noise shattered the quiet. The Beastwoman's ears twitched, and she growled low. Liam turned to see a group of shadowy figures moving fast through the trees. "Hunters. From her world. They come for me," she whispered urgently. "If they find us, they will take me away. Or worse." Liam stood quickly. His training kicked in. "We have to move. Now." He helped her up carefully, supporting her weight. As they hurried through the forest, Liam's mind spun with questions. Who were these hunters? Why was she running? But one thing was clear. He could not leave her behind. The forest grew darker, the path more dangerous. Strange sounds echoed around them. Liam felt the cold sweat on his forehead. He was in a place where every step could mean danger. After what felt like hours, they reached a small cave hidden behind thick vines. The Beastwoman led him inside, and Liam could see her shiver from pain and fear. He looked at her, unsure what would happen next. She had claimed him as her mate, an honor he did not understand, but he also knew he had saved her life. Now the real journey was just beginning. As Liam settled beside the Beastwoman in the dark cave, he wondered, what did this bond mean for him? Would she take him to her world? Could he survive the dangers that came with it? The stars outside seemed distant and cold, but inside the cave, something new was born. A connection between two very different beings. And with that connection came hope and danger. Strange connection. The cave was dark and cold, but it was the safest place Liam and the Beastwoman could find. He lit a small portable lamp, its soft glow revealing rough stone walls covered in strange markings. The air smelled of earth and something wild, like the breath of the planet itself. Liam looked at the Beastwoman closely. She was resting now, but every movement showed pain. Her fur shimmered under the lamp's light, and her green eyes reflected both gratitude and worry. "Thank you," she said quietly, her voice softer now. Liam nodded. "You don't have to thank me. But what are you? And why are those hunters after you?" The Beastwoman's gaze grew distant as if she was thinking, "Harsanam, I am called Kayla. I belong to the Erythra tribe. We live hidden from outsiders far from the cities and humans." Liam frowned. "Erythra tribe? I've never heard of them." Kayla smiled faintly. "That is because we are secret. We protect ourselves from those who would harm us. My people are strong, but also proud and private." Liam felt a strange respect for her. This was not just a wild creature. Kayla was intelligent with her own rules in life. "Why do you call me your mate?" Liam asked, still confused. "What does it mean?" Kayla's eyes searched his again. "In our culture, when someone saves another from death, a bond forms between them. It is sacred and unbreakable. To be a mate means you share life, protection, and trust. We become partners in the deepest way." Liam was silent. This was unlike anything he had known. On Earth, relationships were complicated, but this bond sounded serious. Maybe too serious. Suddenly, a soft sound came from outside the cave, a low growl followed by heavy footsteps. Kayla's ears twitched. She stood quickly, wincing from her injury. "They are close. The hunters are near." Liam grabbed his laser pistol and moved toward the entrance. His heart pounded. These hunters could be dangerous, and they wanted Kayla for reasons he didn't understand. "We need to prepare," Liam said. "Can you fight?" Kayla smiled bitterly. "I am wounded, but yes. The hunters are powerful, but they fear the Erythra." Liam's curiosity grew. "Who are these hunters? Why do they want you?" Kayla's face darkened. "They are from a rival tribe, the Zathar. They hunt my people for slaves, for power. They believe they can take our lands and control us." Liam's jaw tightened. "So they want to capture you?" "Yes," Kayla whispered. "If they take me, my tribe will lose their strength. I cannot let that happen." Liam felt a fierce protectiveness rise inside him. This mission was no longer about exploration. It was about survival and trust between two very different beings. "We will fight them," he promised. Kayla's eyes softened. "You are brave, Liam. You do not belong here, but you chose to stay." Liam looked away, unsure what to say. The bond between them was strange and new, but he could feel it growing stronger. That night, as they sat together in the cave, Liam learned more about Kayla's world. She told stories of her tribe's history, how they lived in harmony with the planet, their rituals, and their respect for nature's balance. "The Erythra believe every life is connected," she explained. "We honor those bonds through matehood. It is not just love. It is a promise to protect and stand by each other no matter what." Liam thought about his own life, years of loneliness, missions with no real connection. Maybe this was something different. Maybe this bond could change everything. But danger was still close. The next day, Liam and Kayla prepared to leave the cave. They moved quietly through the forest, careful to leave no trace. Suddenly, Liam stopped. "Kayla, do you think your people will accept me? A human?" Kayla smiled, but there was sadness too. "My tribe trusts only those who prove themselves. You have helped me, and that is a start. But they will watch you closely." Liam nodded. "I want to help. I want to be worthy of this bond." As they moved forward, strange noises surrounded them. Snapping branches, distant roars. Liam's pulse quickened. "They're close," Kayla said. "We must hurry." Suddenly, from behind a tree, a tall figure appeared. An alien hunter, armed and dangerous. Liam raised his pistol, but Kayla stepped forward, growling fiercely. "The woo." Hunter froze for a moment, eyes wide with surprise. Then he lunged. Kayla fought with skill and strength despite her injury. Liam fired his weapon, aiming carefully to avoid hitting Kayla. The fight was intense but short. The hunter retreated with a warning growl. Liam and Kayla looked at each other, breathing hard. "This is only the beginning," Kayla said. "The Zathar will not stop. They will come again." Liam felt the weight of the moment. They were linked, now bound by a bond he barely understood but could not ignore. "Whatever comes," he said, "we face it together." Kayla nodded, her eyes fierce and full of hope. As they disappeared into the dense forest, Liam knew one thing for sure. His life had changed forever. He was no longer just an explorer. He was a mate, a protector, and part of something much bigger. And somewhere deep inside he felt a strange excitement, dangerous, wild, and thrilling. The tribe's judgment. Liam and Kayla moved carefully through the thick forest of Vortis 9. The trees were tall and strange, with glowing leaves that lit their path in a soft green light. The air was heavy and full of sounds, whispers of creatures hidden just beyond sight. Kayla's steps were slow and careful. Her injury still hurt, but she didn't want to stop. Liam supported her, feeling the weight of the bond between them, growing stronger every moment. After several hours, they reached a wide clearing. In the middle stood a large stone structure, ancient and covered in vines, but clearly a place of power and importance. Liam could feel a strange energy in the air, something deep and old. "This is the heart of my tribe," Kayla said quietly. "The place where we meet and decide the future." Liam looked around nervously. He had never seen anything like this. It was beautiful and mysterious, but also filled with tension. Suddenly, figures appeared from the shadows. Tall, fierce-looking beings with sharp eyes and strong bodies. They were the Erythra warriors, protectors of the tribe. Each one watched Liam carefully, their gazes hard and untrusting. Kayla stepped forward and called out in a strong voice, "I have returned with my mate. He saved me from death and claimed the bond." The warriors whispered among themselves. Liam felt their eyes on him, judging, questioning. One warrior, taller and older than the rest, stepped forward. His fur was dark with streaks of silver, and his eyes burned with intensity. "Who is this human?" the elder asked, his voice deep and commanding. Kayla answered, "This is Liam Reed. He saved my life on the dangerous planet, and now he is my mate." The elder stared at Liam. "The bond with a human? This is unheard of. The Erythra do not usually accept outsiders so easily." Liam swallowed hard. He wanted to explain, to say he was different, that he cared deeply for Kayla and wanted to protect her and her people. The elder nodded slowly, then said, "If this bond is real, then Liam must prove himself. He must pass the trial of strength and spirit. Only then will the tribe accept him as one of us." Liam looked at Kayla, who nodded in encouragement despite her pain. "What is the trial?" Liam asked. The elder smiled grimly. "It is a test. You must face your fears, your weaknesses, and show your true heart. The trial is not just about fighting. It is about trust, courage, and honor." Liam's mind raced. This was more than he had expected, but he also knew he had no choice. To be with Kayla and protect her, he had to pass. The elder gestured toward a path leading deep into the forest. "Follow me. The trial begins now." Liam followed the elder, Kayla close behind. The forest grew darker, the strange glowing leaves fading as the shadows thickened. Every sound seemed louder, the snap of twigs, the rustle of leaves, the distant growl of unseen beasts. Suddenly, the path opened into a large clearing. In the center was a stone altar, surrounded by tall statues of beast warriors from Long. The elder turned to Liam. Your first test is here. Place your hand on the altar and face what comes. Liam hesitated, then placed his hand on the cold stone. Instantly, the air around him seemed to change. The ground shook slightly and shadows began to rise from the forest edges. Suddenly, Liam found himself alone in darkness. Then strange visions appeared, memories from his past, fears he had buried deep. He saw his family distant and cold. He saw moments when he had failed to protect those he cared about. He felt the weight of loneliness and doubt crushing him. But then through the darkness a soft voice echoed, Kayla's voice strong and clear. You are not alone, Liam, you have me. We are bound together. Liam focused on her voice, on the bond they shared. Slowly, the darkness began to fade. Then, a new challenge appeared, a large, shadowy beast blocking his path. It growled, eyes glowing red. Liam felt fear, but he remembered Kayla's words. With steady breath, he pulled out his laser pistol and aimed, but before firing, he spoke softly. I do not want to fight you, but I will protect what is mine. The beast roared and charged. Liam dodged, his heart pounding. The fight was fierce but quick. Using skill and calm, Liam managed to drive the beast back into the shadows. When the vision ended, Liam found himself back by the altar, breathless but alive. The elder and Kayla were waiting. The elder nodded slowly. You have faced your fear and stood strong. But the trial is not over. Liam wiped sweat from his brow. What else must I do? The final test is trust. You must trust Kayla completely and let her lead you to the heart of the tribe's secret. Kayla took Liam's hand gently. Come with me. They walked deeper into the forest, the trees growing thicker, the air colder. Liam felt a strange mix of fear and excitement. What secrets were hidden here? And what would the tribe say when they saw him truly bonded with Kayla? Suddenly, the ground beneath them trembled. The sound of rushing water grew louder. Kayla stopped, at the edge of a hidden waterfall, its waters glowing with an eerie blue light. Behind it, a cave opened, dark and inviting. This is the cave of truth, Kayla said softly. Only those who are bonded may enter. Inside you will see your true self and the fate of our tribe. Liam looked at her, heart racing. This was more than a trial now. It was a journey into the unknown. Together they stepped into the glowing cave, leaving the outside world behind. Inside the cave of truth. The cave was cool and damp, the walls shimmering with strange crystals that glowed faintly blue and green. Liam's footsteps echoed softly as he followed Kayla deeper inside. Every step felt heavy, like walking into a different world. Kayla's hand tightened around his, a silent reminder of their bond, a lifeline in the unknown. The air grew thicker, almost electric, as they reached a large chamber. At its center was a circular pool of water, its surface perfectly still and glowing with a soft light. Kayla spoke quietly. This is the pool of truth. When you look into it, you will see what your heart truly holds, and what your future may be. Liam hesitated but stepped forward. He knelt beside the pool, staring into the glowing water. At first all he saw was his reflection, a tired man far from home. Then the water rippled and the image changed. He saw flashes of his life, his lonely childhood, missions filled with danger but little meaning, moments of fear and loss. But then the vision shifted. He saw Kayla, strong, proud, and wounded yet unyielding. They were together, standing against enemies, surviving impossible dangers. Around them he saw the Erythra tribe, fierce and majestic, accepting him as one of their own. Suddenly, the vision darkened. Shadows crept in, twisting the images into threats. Liam saw the hunters, The Zathar, attacking the tribe, destroying homes, capturing warriors. He saw Kayla fighting alone, wounded and desperate. And then, a terrifying new figure appeared, a dark silhouette, taller and stronger than any Zathar warrior Liam had seen. Its eyes glowed red with hatred, and it moved like a shadow, unseen but deadly. Liam's heart pounded. Who was this enemy? What power did it hold? Kayla's voice broke through the vision. This is the Shadow Hunter, the true enemy of my people. He is more dangerous than all others combined. Liam looked at her, fear and determination mixing in his chest. How do we stop him? Kayla's eyes were sad. The tribe has fought him for generations. He is the reason our people remain hidden, scattered. If he finds us, we may all be lost. Liam clenched his fists. Then we have to fight, together. The pool's light faded and the chamber grew darker. Liam stood, feeling the weight of the vision. The elder appeared behind them, his expression grave. You have seen the truth, Liam. This is the burden you carry now. To protect Kayla and her tribe, you must be strong, stronger than you ever imagined. Liam nodded. I will do whatever it takes. Kayla stepped forward, her eyes fierce. The tribe will test you again, this time in the fight to come. But you must trust me and the bond we share. Only together can we face the Shadow Hunter. Liam's mind raced. The danger was greater than he thought, and the bond with Kayla was no longer just a mystery. It was his shield and weapon. As they left the cave, the forest seemed different. Quieter, heavier, with unseen eyes watching. That night, Liam lay awake, under the alien stars, thinking about the vision and the battle ahead. He realized that this mission was no longer about exploration. It was about survival, loyalty, and a love he never expected. Suddenly, a noise broke the silence, a distant howl, low and threatening. Kayla sat up, alert. The hunters are coming, and they bring the Shadow Hunter with them. Liam rose, ready. Then we prepare for the fight of our lives. The night of the hunt, the forest around the Erythra village was tense, almost silent. The usual sounds of nocturnal creatures had vanished, replaced by a heavy stillness that made Liam's skin crawl. Even Kayla, so familiar with this world, moved cautiously, her senses sharp and alert. Liam stood beside her, heart pounding. The vision from the Cave of Truth still haunted him. The dark figure, the Shadow Hunter, and the threat to Kayla's people. Now it was no longer a distant warning. It was real. It was coming. The tribe gathered in the clearing beneath the towering ancient trees. Flames from the torches flickered, casting long shadows on the faces of the Erythra warriors. Their expressions were fierce, determined, but there was an undercurrent of fear. The elder stepped forward. His voice was steady but heavy. Tonight, the Shadow Hunter returns with his hunters. We stand united to defend our home. Liam looked around. These were not just fighters, they were family bonded by blood and struggle. And now he was part of them. Kayla turned to him, her eyes shining in the firelight. You will fight with us, Liam. The tribe must see your strength. Liam swallowed hard but nodded. I'm ready. Suddenly, a low growl rolled through the forest. A warning and a challenge. The hunters had arrived. From the shadows, twisted, shapes emerged. Creatures fierce and wild, their eyes glowing with cruel intent. Behind them, the Shadow Hunter stepped forward. He was even more terrifying than Liam imagined, tall and shadowed with a presence that seemed to suck the light away. The tribe's warriors raised their weapons. Kayla stepped beside Liam. Stay close, she whispered. The battle erupted, like a storm. Liam fought fiercely, his training and courage tested to the limit. But the Shadow Hunter was unlike any enemy he had faced. Fast, strong, and cunning. He seemed to know Liam's every move. At one point, the Shadow Hunter locked eyes with Liam, and Liam felt a cold chill run down his spine. It was as if the creature could see into his soul, his fears, his doubts. Kayla was beside him, cutting down hunters with swift, powerful strikes. She fought like a wild beast, fierce and graceful. But then, the shadow hunter disappeared into the trees, leaving a challenge behind, a silent promise that this fight was far from over. The tribe regrouped, breathing heavily, wounds slow to heal. The elder approached Liam. "You fought well, but the shadow hunter will return, and next time, he will bring more than hunters." Liam looked at Kayla, who nodded gravely. "We need to find the source of his power, before it destroys us all." Dawn broke. Liam realized this was more than a battle. It was a war for survival, for love, and for a future he never dreamed possible. Secrets beneath the moonlight. The forest had grown quieter since the battle, but Liam could feel the tension in every leaf and shadow. The tribe moved carefully, their eyes always watching, their weapons ready. The shadow hunter's threat hung over them like a storm cloud, dark and inevitable. Kayla led Liam to a hidden path, winding down into the roots of a great ancient tree. "There is a secret place," she said softly, "where the oldest tribe members guard knowledge about the shadow hunter." Liam followed her down the narrow tunnel, the air cool and damp. The walls glistened with strange markings, ancient symbols that seemed to pulse with energy. At the end of the tunnel was a chamber carved into the earth, filled with glowing stones and old relics. There, sitting in a circle, were the tribe's elders, gray-haired, wise, and serious. The eldest, a woman named Thalia, looked at Liam with sharp eyes. "You have come far, outsider. The shadow hunter is more than a beast. He is a curse born from our darkest past." Liam's heart quickened. "What do you mean? What is this curse?" Thalia sighed. "Long ago, our people were betrayed by one of their own, a warrior consumed by jealousy and rage. He made a dark pact with the shadow forces of this world. From that pact, the shadow hunter was born, a creature with endless hunger for power and destruction." Kayla stepped forward. "The shadow hunter's strength comes from a dark crystal, an artifact hidden deep beneath this land. If we destroy it, we can break his power." Liam's mind raced. "Where is this crystal?" Thalia pointed to a map, carved on the wall. "In the heart of the forbidden chasm, an abyss where light never reaches. Many have tried to retrieve it. None have returned." The room fell silent. Kayla looked at Liam, her eyes burning with determination. "We must go, tonight, under the full moon, when the crystal's power is weakest." Liam felt a chill. This mission would be more dangerous than any before, but he also felt a strange calm, a connection to Kayla and her people that gave him strength. As the moon rose high, they prepared for the journey. The tribe's warriors offered gifts and blessings, their faces filled with hope and fear. Liam looked at Kayla, standing tall and fierce beside him. "We face death together," he said quietly. She smiled, a rare and soft moment. "And maybe life after." The path to the forbidden chasm was treacherous, twisting through jagged rocks and eerie silence. Shadows moved around them, and Liam felt eyes watching from the darkness. Suddenly, a sharp cry pierced the night. Kayla spun, weapons drawn, but there was no one there. Then Liam saw it, a flicker of movement, a flash of red eyes disappearing into the shadows. "The shadow hunter," Kayla whispered. They pressed forward, hearts pounding, each step bringing them closer to the abyss and to the heart of the enemy's power. The final battle and the new beginning. The edge of the forbidden chasm yawned before Liam and Kayla like a dark wound in the planet's surface. The abyss stretched down into endless shadows, swallowing all light. A cold wind swept through, carrying whispers of forgotten fears and ancient dangers. Kayla gripped Liam's hand tightly. "Beyond this point, nothing is certain, but we have no choice." They began their descent, using ropes and clawed boots to scale the jagged walls. The deeper they went, the heavier the air became, thick with an unnatural darkness that seemed alive, watching. At the bottom, a cavern opened, vast and silent except for a faint pulsing glow ahead. Liam's heart hammered as they moved toward it. There, on a pedestal carved from black stone, lay the dark crystal. It radiated cold power, its surface swirling with shadows like liquid night. Suddenly, the shadow hunter appeared, towering and terrible, his red eyes blazing with fury. "You dare to challenge me?" His voice echoed like thunder. Kayla stepped forward, fearless. "Your reign ends now." The battle began. Liam fought beside Kayla, using every skill he had. But the shadow hunter was more than a warrior. He was a force of darkness, twisting the shadows around him into deadly weapons. At one point, the shadow hunter struck Kayla down, and Liam's world froze. Desperation surged through him. Then, from deep inside, Liam felt something awaken, a strength born from his bond with Kayla and the tribe. His body moved faster, his mind sharper. He grabbed a shard of crystal broken from the pedestal and plunged it into the shadow hunter's chest. The creature screamed, a sound of rage and pain, and the shadows around it began to dissolve. Kayla rose wounded but alive, and together they delivered the final blow. The crystal shattered, sending a wave of light through the cavern. The darkness lifted, and the shadow hunter vanished, broken and powerless. Exhausted but victorious, Liam and Kayla embraced, their bond stronger than ever. As they climbed back toward the surface, the tribe greeted them with cheers and tears. The planet, once shadowed by fear, seemed to breathe again, hope shining in every star. Liam knew his life had changed forever. He was no longer just an explorer. He was a mate, a warrior, and a part of something greater. Together with Kayla and her tribe, he would face whatever the universe threw at them, because now he had a home. End of story.